Today's lesson is going to be broken into two parts. The first part is about notes, and it's in regards to the notes that I saw that people were turning in. For the most part, people turned in great notes, and some people, I want to highlight some of the really fabulous ones. I want to say that I couldn't include everyone, but I did put a comment in your feedback if I thought your notes were exceptional and I wanted to share them. Um, so the first person here, first things first is I really looked to see if you guys were organizing your notes by including the lesson number or the lesson topic. So Algebra Foundation Lesson 3 is good. Maybe in the future I would include the unit number. We're in Unit 1 right now. The date's important. What's nice if you do it digitally like this person did, you can do a search. You can if they wanted to, the notes for today's lesson, they could just like tap in and write underneath and write the date to start it. And then you just hit Command Control F and it lets you search. You can search so I could write 9/22 and and it would, and you see that it highlights it. So, or for example, if I needed to look up something, I could type in keyword and it would highlight it. You see, so when I take notes, I take it digitally, so that's the route. But let's look at this also. I mean, this is really well organized. We have color coding to like break up the notes. We have bold and underline to kind of show. And I mentioned these things, what they're doing here, but in the actual video, I don't show it. So this person went that extra layer and kind of like showed it through the underline and the bold. So all the notes are here and the examples are all here. All 5 examples were here. Some people only copy 2, some people copy none. I personally like to copy all examples so I have something to refer back to. So, and what I loved is, again, this person highlighted, underlined the key words, and this is basically what I did. So they basically copied it, which is great. I mean, it's great. Anything that helps you later, right? This person, same idea. They kind of like listened and highlighted in colors what they heard. So, for example, increased was something I was mentioning and talking about getting a sense when you're doing multiplication, what it's being like that it's multiples increasing by a certain number. So this student underlined that. Than, I remember I referenced than. I said it's going to be an important word that we have to look out for. This student underlined that. So really good note taking here. They went a little bit. They showed their thought process to themselves. And again, I look at your notes to make sure that you're taking them. But notes are for you. It's for whatever works for you. And I think this is really great. This is your past self talking to your future self, right? This person took the notes on 9/22, and when they take their quiz or when they're studying or doing problem sets, in the future, they can refer back to this. So this is a good dialogue. I also want to highlight students who took notes and uploaded the pictures. So really quickly, like this student, I really felt like did a good job of, you have your the keywords, organized very nicely. And then he's doing what we call diagramming. So he's circling, he's drawing arrows. It's really good when you're working on word problems. And remember, this course is really about word problems. Again, really great color coding. If I showed you more of her pages, like when she gets to her problem sets, they're different colors too. Also diagramming, also writing notes to herself. I mean, this is really good stuff. This student too, he did a wonderful job. I love the little pictures he made, that he got from the slides. Also highlighting really keywords that I pointed out. Really good stuff. And, I love the diagramming. I'll always call it out. I think diagramming is important. We're actually going to teach you a diagramming technique with word problems. So I also want to show you guys that I practice what I preach here. I really rely on my notes. Right now I'm taking a programming class for SQL. It's like a data science query-based language. And these are my notes. In green is code, right? And in purple is what it like I'm trying to talk to my future self what it means. And sometimes, during the class they give us like, problem sets to work with, so I write myself, I copy and paste some of the the examples from the teacher, so that way I can have to look at it later, and it is really helpful. I also organize my notes, right, by the topic. And mind you, these are all units, so this is not something like crazy. These are units that we went over, and so I just gave it the unit name rather than saying unit 0, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. So, for your exit ticket for this part of the lesson, I want you to talk about like what's going to be your note-taking strategy for this class. Are you going to use colors? Are you going to include all the examples? Are you going to be writing little notes to yourselves? Are you doing it digitally, or are you going to do it with a paper and pencil? How are you going to organize your thoughts around this? And then don't forget, once you're done with that, take a screen break, and then I want you to jump back in. We're gonna start with more notes on key terms.